Okay, it's Sunday, April 3rd. I'll just continue this video where I left off. There's some people rowing. There they are there. So I'll continue this where the other one left off. It's the same day. I just had to go home and charge my battery up again. It was running low. It's running low again. I think I might need to charge it overnight or something. There's that thing I pointed out for. Alright, so that's the lake. Nice lake. So that's the Ballarat and Clarendon shed. I'll cross the road now. That's a pub there. That's the Lake View. That's called the Lake View Hotel. There's a date there. It says 1875. Let's cross the road here. So this is a lake view. Probably not even allowed to video this, but I'll do it anyway. So that's a lake view. So yeah, that's a lake view. See there, lake view, lake view. So yeah, this is Lake Wendouree again. I mean, yeah, that's Lake Wendouree. This is Wendouree Parade. Well, Wendouree Parade now. Victoria Avenue. Victoria Avenue. Wendouree Parade. That's an ambulance, I think, or fire or something. I'm not sure what that is. There it is, it's fire. There you go, that's a fire truck. I might be able to get this on. There it is. I'll just take this. There's a fire truck. That's the fire truck. Oh, I'm glad I got that. That's a fire truck. That's awesome. That's a fire truck. I'm glad I got that. You can see what a fire truck here in Australia is like now. It's awesome. I don't know why there's a fire today. It's, you know, it's overcast conditions. Hasn't really rained yet, but Here's a cafe. Some people gathering. Some bikes. Yeah, that's a cafe. That's been there since I was a kid. I remember going there with my grandfather to buy the newspaper when here's a car. To buy the I remember going to that cafe to buy a newspaper when I was little, about like 7 years old or 6 years old or something, or maybe 8 years old. We used to walk up. It was when Slovenia became independent, so it would have been about 1991. We used to walk up here, get the newspaper. I remember my grandfather talking about it, that it's good that when like when Russia broke apart into separate countries, it was good, and when Yugoslavia separated into the countries that it is now, yeah, I remember my grandfather saying that when it happened, it was good and all that sort of stuff. I was only a little kid then, but I remember. Oh, this is what they call Ripon Street. So, yeah, this is Ripon Street. Some nice houses here, actually. Really nice houses. There's a sign, private property, authorised access only. Yeah, this is Ripon. Some houses. Actually, that house there is where a guy called, I think his name is Wilson, Albert Wilson, used to live there. My grandfather didn't like him at all because he used to go around stealing. He lived to about 95, 96 or something. I spoke to him once. Actually, this is Ripon Avenue. There's actually a university there, Aquinas campus. I actually spoke to that 96-year-old man down there about 10 years ago. I think it was 2001 or 2000. I had a chat to him when he was well in his 90s then. He's a little bit blind then. Anyway, he's deceased now. He actually used to own a lot of houses, I think quite a few houses in Mair Street. You know, I'm telling you all the story here. There's a roundabout there. That one came about, or I'm not too sure, maybe 7, 8 years ago. Before that there wasn't a roundabout. So this is the corner of Mair Street and Ripon Street. There's the sign. Not sure how that's showing up too well. Yeah, there we go. Ripon Street. I'll just zoom out. There you go, there's Ripon Street, Lake Wendouree, and there's Mair Street. There's like a give way sign, obviously there, all over the world. That's some sign there. But that's a roundabout. Yeah, that one came there about 7 years ago. Before that, there was no roundabout. Still pretty busy for Sunday. So we'll go down here. This is physiotherapists. Yeah, and that old guy I was talking about, he owned pretty much all these houses down here up until his death. Now this is Mair Street, and this is pretty much the street where my grandfather lived for almost half his life. Lived for quite a while. I think from 1971 till 2009, so that's 38 years. This is a laneway, Quarry Lane. This is a laneway. Used to play down there as a little kid. Mrs. Turner used to live there. Geez, this is disappointing to see this house like this. Very disappointing. Everything's overgrown. It wasn't like this before. It's very disappointing. You know, they bought this house from my grandfather, and look at it. This is what they've done with it. You know, look at that. There's a newspaper there. I'll just go over here. Oh, they've cleaned a bit up. There you go. Yeah, they buy a house and look, just stays here. Oh. So that's where my grandfather used to live for a while, and me, of course. And that's a bird's bath. My grandfather made that. He made that, I'm not sure when he made that, but he made it a while ago. My grandfather painted this house in 1995. It used to be like green and gold, but then he painted it blue and gold. And everyone copied him. Like, it was bright yellow, and everyone copied him. It looked pretty, you know, stood out. It was bright yellow. Obviously, it's faded over the years, but back then it was bright yellow. And then everyone copied him. And all these other bright yellow houses started turning up around Ballarat. Yeah, look at that. I mean, they bought that house like well over a year ago, and they've done nothing. I mean, God, kick an old man out of his house. Anyway, kick an old man out of his house and then just leave it there. I mean, yeah, right. It was well over a year ago. Anyways, yeah, that's okay. Now this is Talbot Street. This is Talbot Street. Post box. I'll show you Sturt Street. Sturt Street's the main street here. Sturt Street's the main. That used to be a really run-down house, and there used to be a guy in there who used to belt his dogs up. And my grandfather didn't get along with him. Yeah. Just going down here. This is Talbot Street. Now that is the fire brigade, which that fire truck that you saw before would have come from that building. The fire brigade. There's the tower. There's a tower there. You can see that, there's a tower. That's the fire brigade tower. So my grandfather lived pretty close to a fire brigade, as you can see. And that's the fire brigade. And this, my friends, is Sturt Street, which is the main street in Ballarat. Not necessarily the busiest, but it's the main arterial road through Ballarat. So, yeah, this is Sturt Street. It's not all that busy. There you go, CFA stands for Country Fire Authority, Ballarat City Fire Station. This is Sturt Street. I'll just show you KFC, in case you're interested in that. And then we'll walk back. So there's KFC over there. Yeah, there's KFC. I think you can see that. I'll just go over here a little bit onto the road. Yeah, try not to get run over in the process. So there's KFC. I can smell it from here too. I can smell the KFC. Finger licking good. Alright, that's KFC. There's like Red Rooster, that's only in Australia. They sell like chooks and stuff, like chips and hamburgers. A lot of chooks, like chicken meals. It's only in Australia, that. There's a service station. Grandfather always goes to this service station. Always goes to this service station. BP, I'll show you the price of petrol. So you can get an idea of the prices in Australia. There's the service station. There's the price of petrol. There you go, $1.39.9. Go back round. Now I'll start heading back now. So yeah, this is Ballarat. It's amazing what you can see, and I'm just walking. So it's amazing what you can see just walking. There's the fire brigade. See, that's the good thing about where my grandfather used to live. Everything was in close proximity. There's a headstone, 1983, the year I was born. Everything was in close proximity. So you just live around the corner from a fire brigade. The hospitals are back the other way. There's also a plaque here for the firefighters who died in New York on September 11, 2001, and that's there. That's there. And I'm running out of battery, so this might shut off soon. But you've seen like where Ivan lived all those years. You've seen the lake, you saw a fire truck, so you've seen a bit. So I'll just head home now. The battery's running out, this will cut out any time. I'll just walk up here. I used to play around here as a little kid with a Greek kid named Gary Salakis. He's Greek. Gary, now my grandfather's doctor actually used to live here. Dr. Taverner used to live in there. I used to play around these laneways when I was little. And Gary Salakis used to live around here. He used to live pretty much this house here. It hasn't changed much since he used to live in there. Yeah, cat's little. Yeah, it hasn't changed much. I used to play there about 1993, and it really hasn't changed all that much. It's never been done up. It's just always been like that. Now we're heading up the laneway. This will take us back to my grandfather's. And yeah, I think the battery's going to go soon. We'll go back to my grandfather's, slowly go home. And on the back of this shed, I think it used to be written there, it said Happy 92, when it was the end of the year in 1992, but that's all gone now. But it used to write that there, Happy 92. I remember seeing that. Happy 92, I used to walk past it all the time. Okay, this is the lane. This is called Quarry Lane.